¿Qué pasa? And welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video on my channel, guys. So today we're going to be talking about the giant Arachnid or the giant spider. Now, this boss you will be facing that boss during the story in chapter 3. So once on normal mode and once on hard mode. So honestly speaking, on normal and hard mode, that boss isn't very challenging, right? However, currently, for example, you are facing the same opponent in the battlefield, not in the battlefield of trials, rather than you're facing the same opponent in the battlefield of time, right? So when you look at the battlefield of time, right, when we click on here, there you see the giant Arachnid is currently the boss which you will be facing there. Apart from there, you will have to fight this boss a lot of times during your career because you will be trying to beat him all the time whilst farming for artifacts, right? And I'm currently on tier 9, struggling there. Well, I can clear it, but I usually try to clear it with all 3 stars. It's kind of like an OCD thing. So yeah, but anyways, I'm going to be talking you guys through on how to beat this boss, what kind of strategy you should be utilizing, what team is the most optimized, and what kind of builds you want to be choosing for the character. So let's jump into this. So on chapter 8, oh yeah, I'm lacking a key. 1 second, let me quickly get a key. Right, so there we are. Now, the Arachnid has elemental weakness light, right? So obviously recommended characters in this instance are light characters, and actually Char and Min are made for this character, right? So the most optimal team, honestly speaking, running against Arachnid would be Min first place, Char second place, and on third place, actually, it would be Bei, because he's light and he's a breaker and he's awesome. This would be the most optimal team. However, my bake isn't very well built, so I'm running Seo, and Seo does the job very well also, right? So in terms of team setups, this is one team setup you could be running. You could also try to opt in for a different combination. For example, if you don't have Min. Now, Cha is one of the characters you more or less will be needing in order to beat this boss, right? Yes, you are able to probably beat the boss purely F2P, let's say, with only SR units, right? It's probably possible. However, you will be needing a lot of copies of those characters, so you probably will be needing every single one of those SR characters, A5 and beyond. And yeah, it's not very optimal. So ideally, you want to always run Cha, right? Another combination, what you could be running is, instead of Min, you're running Ana Ruiz, because she's also a great buffer, and that would be one team combination. Then instead of obviously Seo, you could be running Bake, again, as I've shown. You could also opt in to run Emma, because Emma is also very good as a breaker. Definitely very viable option. Nam, in terms of SR units, the best SR unit in the game, literally broken beyond broken. She's definitely a good viable option. So this team is one setup you could be running. Again, as I said, ideally you always want to run Cha. Like there is not much way around it, right? If you're lacking Cha, for example, it's going to be a bit difficult. But yes, you could also do it. You could, for example, run Joe. That's one thing. On the second spot, you might be running Yo Jin Ho as your support sort of buffer, right? And on first spot, you still want to be running Nam, right? She's sort of like your breaker, hashtag sub DPS sort of, right? That's also a viable option, but it's not an easy option, right? So the easiest option would be, again, this setup, always Min on first, Cha on second, and on third, someone like Seo, or you running Bake, right? That would be the most optimized team for fighting Arachnid, right? Obviously, equip your shadows as always too, right? So in terms of builds for those characters, I'm not really gonna go purely into these, but definitely for Cha, try to get a weapon. For Min, equip him. Why is he still got his shield on, bro? Give him the ancient grimoire. If you don't have that, the other option would be the staff, right? So the staff would be another option which you could give him, because this one also helps him to get his power gauge charge up even faster, right? So that's another viable option. As for, right, let's go back. As for Seo, yeah, I'm running her a signature weapon. This is definitely the best option for her. I wouldn't really think about running anything else for her. If you're lacking her signature weapon, I guess you could also use, where is it? Where is it? Nope. Yeah, this one. You could also run either the steel longsword, especially useful for if you're fighting, for example, Cerberus, or alternatively the steel axe, right? But yeah, Sio is basically the weapon for Sio is her most optimal weapon because it basically increases her critical hit rate and her damage, which is already insane, right? So this is the build you want to be choosing. Now, in terms of strategy, let's jump into the fight. Let's actually look at how Arachnid is, because there is a unique thing about Arachnid, which is it does between attacks always when you reduce his HP to a specific point, right? What it will do, it will go up to the ceiling of the cave or whatever that is, right? And basically try to recover the HP. So that's one thing to note out, because especially when you're playing on auto, fully auto, and you have your ultimate charge up, for example, right? And the boss is about to charge up and go into the air and heal himself. The problem is when you're running on full auto, your character will still do the ult, right? As you can see, now it's going up. And now, yeah, we actually don't want to use our ult yet. So let's go into semi mode and yeah, let's beat those little things first. Right. Now we did it. Now let's go in full auto again. And now we can actually go ahead and clear. Let's switch over to Min. He will do his ultimate. And why am I saying Cha is so important? Because as soon as Min does his ult, right? Boom. Okay, I didn't want to swap out to what's her name? Siu. Yeah, that was actually a misplay, right? But anyways, as soon as you drop Min and you did his ultimate, you ideally want to switch over to Cha because her damage increase will be massive. And yeah, that's the usual way to play this lineup, right? So let's let him go up again. So in between when he goes up, there is no way of getting him down faster, unfortunately. What you have to do, you have to run around, beat those little, I don't know, spiders, or what those things are supposed to be, like monster spiders. And as soon as you beat them, or beat a few of them, he will come back down, and that's when you can start dealing damage again, right? And he will always approximately heal himself by 40% HP, right? That's the golden mark of how much the giant spider will try and heal herself, right? So let's get Cha out there, and we beat him very easily with Cha because of the boost and buff from Min. And that's actually how you beat it. Now, this was just actually a scuffed up run because I'm semi-auto playing this run. But still, nevertheless, that's how you beat Arachnid. Definitely not the hardest boss in the game in comparison to someone like Cerberus. However, still very annoying because of the HP healing mechanic in between, and especially when you play in auto, it's kind of annoying because yeah, that giant spider will go up to the ceiling and you're playing auto and you're looking at a character who is basically wasting his ult either to nothingness or wasting it on little spiders, and that is sometimes annoying. But it is what it is. I mean, yeah, it's everyone's choice to play on auto or semi-auto or on manual. It's up to the individual, right? But anyways, I hope this video was helpful for helping anyone out there who's struggling with Arachnid, either be it in the story mode or on this in core mission. Drop a comment and leave a like if you haven't done so already. And as always, thanks for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. Until next time.